back, everybody, to another episode. Starting down the line.
Hey, Mark Herman, a.k.a. LA Bengal fan on Twitter, repping the Bengals.
Dave Green, Browns guy.
Jay Davis Utah, Ravens Nation.
Chris Atkins, Stanley Cup champs. Pittsburgh Bengals.
Hey, NBA champion.
Wrong show.
Hey.
Wrong show.
Champion sitting in the couch.
Yeah.
Champion.
Well, you know what? I want
Sir?
Yeah.
The Pens did an unbelievable job in
That
their
was great.
series. The last two series they had to fight back against Tampa Bay. Unbelievable job. And the Cavs, what a great ending to the NBA season and to the LeBron story in Cleveland. So
I'd like to give a shout out before we go any further to my little buddy Drew. It's my little cousin in Denver. Go Cavs, go Browns, pal. And congratulations, Catherine. All right. Genius, what you got for us?
Oh, well, you know what? We've got all our picks are signed. Everything I'm reading, Boyd is looking unbelievable in OTA. So he's going to be a plug-and-play starter week 1. You'll get a first-hand look at him week 2 when we face you guys. So he's looking great. He can go. They're talking about putting him in if Eipert's not back, putting him in the slot and having him play Eipert's spot for a couple weeks. And then he could easily go outside and take in the Sanu or Marvin Jones spot. You know, it's the offseason when I'm going to bring up the Geno Atkins wedding. Geno Atkins did get married. Many Bengals in attendance. I tweeted out a story and retweeted it on AFC Northerners. If you want to see pictures, they got all the Instagrams up. So Geno Atkins, a married guy. And there's still talk about signing another veteran. Maybe Dwight Freeney's name's been thrown out there. I know there's an open deal for Leon Hall if he wants to come back for bench depth in the secondary. Also, Dante Whitner's name's been mentioned, and Anquan Bowden. So I would love to see Bowden in stripes. I think that would be awesome.
Freaking very
Well,
funny.
I mean, if we can see Jacoby Jones in Steelers gear, I guess anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible.
That just feels gross.
It was gross.
Hey, I got one more tidbit on Cincinnati. They actually cut Gianni Paul today. He was a linebacker. And I think the guy that they want to watch out for is Alex Erickson, wide receiver, rookie wide receiver from Wisconsin. Brown shit today. Very light couple of weeks. We got all the guys signed that we drafted.
As of like yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to shout out to D and Jimmy Haslam. They launched a campaign known as First and 10 or as Give 10. They started it in 2014 and it promotes long-term volunteering inside the community, which unifies the fan base, the community, and the team. And what they did is basically they're putting down artificial turf for a bunch of the high schools in the community. This year, Roy Kidd Field, James F. Rhodes Field, and Bump Taylor Field will have the turf. Next year will be John Adams Field and John Marshall Field. So that's really freaking cool on their part to go ahead and do that. If you're looking to volunteer, go to the team website and look up First and 10. Also, July 30th, the Browns blood drive starts. So go ahead and give blood. It's a
It's the off-season. Wedding, blood drive.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous.
It's going to be held at 13 weeks, and 13 places is where it's going to be held. And honestly, it helps the blood that they get from this drive.
No, absolutely.
Blood drive is important, yes.
It can actually benefit nearly 25,000 people because it is the summer. People do go on vacation, so people
Don't you just want to hug him?
get blood. So it's a really good time to do it. You'll also get a wristband, bracelet, and Browns personal gear, and some tickets to a preseason game before doing it.
A preseason game.
Ooh.
Yeah,
okay.
They're hard to sell.
Oh, I was excited. Yeah, no shit.
I was giving away the blood drive.
Why the hell not?
Thanks for your pint of blood. Here's 2 tickets to the.
Thank you, Bob Barker. Staying new to your gets.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and lead in with Baltimore shit, and I'm gonna actually applaud the Baltimore Ravens production crew. They received an Emmy the other day. They've gotten 20 in 21 years, so congratulations to the Ravens production crew.
At least we're good at something. No, man.
You're
right.
Okay. 2 Super Bowl championships and 20 Emmys.
I thought I read an article today that said Flacco has one of the worst contracts in the NFL.
Yeah, there was a lot of like statistics back and forth. Like honestly, it's like if you're looking at just statistics, yeah, sure. But if you're looking at the fact that like in postseason and what he's done, I mean, alright, fine. If you want to be an asshole about it,
Is that not offensive as a fan?
it's so offensive, and that's why I try not to.
What do you mean? $12 million? That's bullshit.
No, it's like because his contract is 21.5 roundabout, right? So per year, and by the way, Andrew Luck just surpassed that
Big
as
time.
of today.
Yes.
Big time.
Was it 170 million, something like that?
23.
With 47 guaranteed.
47
Yeah.
guaranteed. That's what it was.
But that can be as much as 90 if they exercise an option.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
It
It's
gets you.
insane. So anyway, basically, what's been going on? Let's see. Rashad Perryman is still a ghost. We don't know if he actually exists. We've seen him. We've seen videos that they've done propaganda, but we don't actually know if they've done anything. And that he did have a surgery. Well, not basically something done on his knee to make sure. I don't know why I can't grab words today, but I can't. My ADHD is in full
There you go.
effect. Jesus.
Sound it out.
Take it.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
Enunciate.
I'm special in that little yellow
You
button.
can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. I'm special in the way that I need to wear a helmet constantly. As are most.
We have one lying around.
Shut up. So anyway, Rashad Perriman had a look at his knee. Looks like there's no further tear. It's just still soreness. Big surprise, Trent Richardson is out with like some sort of hamstring injury.
Already?
I know, right?
How's he going to make the Hall of Fame?
know!
He's never going to get the yellow jersey, guys.
He's making the Hall of Fame by buying a ticket.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
He can attend it just like
You know
us.
what? That's fair. That's
Absolutely.
fair. Eugene Monroe no longer with the Baltimore Ravens. Honestly, like,
Was it weed? Was it not weed?
no,
We'll never know.
I mean, he's been so injured. He played literally 15 games, like, total since he's joined. There was really nothing there, and it was so bad that no other team wanted to take a trade for him, and he still can't get a contract. So what does that say?
Well, he'll get work, but it'll be after an injury or something.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's fine. We got Ronnie Stanley at their tackle now, so I'm happy with that.
Right.
Elvis Dumerville's looking good. No word exactly on what's like. Suggs says he's going to be there for training camp. We're not 100% sure on what capacity yet. Like that's still kind of up in the air.
What was his injury?
Oh, Suggs, Achilles.
That's a tough one.
That's tough. Honestly, like I've got like 10 other Ravens guys are taking bets on whether or not Dennis Pitta will make it through the training camp.
Yeah, he's trying to make the comeback, but that hip's pretty
Every
fast, so.
time I see him move, I just like my heart stops for a moment.
I think that really is going to help Max Williams out in his second.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it frees up the playing time for Max Williams to go ahead and actually show what he's capable of.
Yeah, exactly. All of our rookies are signed, so that's all good stuff. There's some really interesting battles in training camp, in the mini training camp that and mandatory that were really fun to watch. Sharice Wright coming out of nowhere as a ball hawk in some of the video. Like I was watching some of the training videos, and I was impressed with him. I can't say that he's like Ed Reed skilled, but he definitely has an eye for the ball. So that's fun to watch. Our secondary. It's greatly improved. I'm not. There's still a lot of like people that are on the bubble, which is always going to be fun to watch what happens in training camp. And that's it. Like there's been a lot of bursts, a lot of weddings, stuff like that have happened for the Ravens. So congratulations to all of you guys that have had that happen. And moving on to Steelers.
Couple things first.
Yo.
This Andrew Luck thing. I mean, this bothers me because he was injured for most of the season last season.
Right.
And this is his third season. So out of 2 seasons, he's played 2 and change.
Yes.
To be the highest paid guy in the NFL, I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, I have a thing against, I should say, injury-prone players. How do you guys feel about that?
Talk to Tony Romo. I mean,
I don't know if he's injury prone because it's only his 3rd year, and the numbers that he put up when healthy were almost better than Cam Newton's. So
He's
I mean, it's,
No, he's a
And
great
a lot of his
QB.
stuff is he needs to learn to slide and not take the hits. And he was playing behind a horrific offensive line.
You know, that sounds a lot like
Right,
another. That sounds a lot like another quarterback that is now with the Browns.
Yeah.
and we're teaching him how to slide. We're working on-
We got a slippery slide. We loaded up with Vaseline. It's got slickwood all over
Look
it.
at the Browns.
They didn't guarantee RG3 $47 million.
Yeah.
So they got him on the cheap.
2 years, cheap.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's interesting. Also coming from like hearing from like the training camp, the mini training camp that the Browns just had. Like the things that like are being said about RG3 as far as like plant your feet and then throw is basically the chant that comes to RG3 all the time.
Well,
Anyway,
the guy made his college career on improvising. So,
absolutely.
you know.
So, okay, another thing. These guys both spoke about a couple rookies that they're excited about. Do you have any rookies out there?
Oh,
You're high on right now.
God, I'm in love with Cody Kessler. I think the guy's
Yeah.
legit. I like Corey Coleman, Nazib. Shit, you can even make a case for Scooby Wright. You should have saw what the video that they did release.
Scooby,
Jackson,
yeah, I totally
Jackson was running across the field yelling, "Nice play, Scooby! Nice play, Scooby!" And then he made the comment, and it was something to the effect of, "I'm going to work you guys harder than you've ever been worked before." So I'm high on Hugh Jackson, shit, and you can pretty much give him a rookie, like as a rookie head coach.
Well, I mean, you're pretty much high constantly, so.
No.
Not really.
I can see Scooby at least leading the special teams for a while to come.
Yeah, I can see that also.
Yeah.
But I think that they're trying to work Coleman into that role.
Are you trying to avoid talking about Steelers stuff?
Yeah,
No, I'm
he
done
doesn't want to talk about
right now. So, release Sean Sweeson.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that kind of
They
opens up the door
squeezed
for...
him out.
And much like Piper, he played in a meaningless Hall of Fame game, an extra game.
Yeah,
He
man.
said that.
It cost him his career.
Again, this goes back to our last episode. Like, get rid of the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
Get rid of the Pro Bowl, get rid of these meaningless games that are costing players careers.
It's so stupid.
So that opens the door for Boswell to be the guy now in Pittsburgh. No controversy there. Marquise Pouncey, I was talking about him in the past couple episodes, and then I saw an article on him that he had 7 surgeries since he broke his leg last year.
And they said 2,
Really?
yeah, 2 or 3 infections
Yes.
too, that complicated each surgery.
Yes.
So this is what's
like
holding them back.
staph infections?
Yeah, something.
E.
You didn't say
coli.
what it was.
He had
You
E.
said-
coli.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were saying he could have made it back by playoffs had everything gone according to plan, got infected.
Right.
7 surgeries.
Yeah.
Broke his
Dude,
leg.
that
So,
sucks.
but you know what? Colts legend Jeff Saturday still says he might be our best offensive weapon, full speed, once he comes back.
Huh.
So, curious to see how that goes.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting kind of prediction.
Speaking of recoveries, Le'Veon Bell, he's working out. He's down in Miami doing things on his own. He says he's going full speed. Everyone's kind of seeing how he's going to come back. I mean, it's hard for a running back, I think, to come back from a knee injury, but supposedly he is in great shape, going to be ready to go. I want to talk about this James Harrison thing for a bit here.
Ooh.
So Al Jazeera has a report that says certain NFL players were using PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs. I saw that. So, so now we're like, because of rumors, he has to come in and have an interview. I mean, I want to post a Facebook message that says Roger Goodell's on crack. So does he have to come in for an interview next day? Like, what is going on? I just don't get it. So the NFL Players Association is asking for proof behind these allegations, which is kind of a double-edged sword because that might force Al Jazeera to say, okay, here's our sources, read them and leave, which could be the worst thing that can happen right now for a James Harrison fan like myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be the worst thing to happen to a James Harrison fan, but honestly, if it keeps the sport honest, then I'm for it.
If it keeps the sport honest,
If he really took the PEDs, then he should get busted.
you know how devastating
Well, that
is?
shit. Well, then how does that affect
Put it
Peyton
this way,
Manning or Julius Peppers, Clay Matthews, or a guy free agent wise, Mike Neal?
Yeah.
Also mentioned in that.
One of the reasons why they're doing the investigation is because Peyton Manning called for it when he was a player. Because this story came out before the beginning of the season last year, or during the beginning of the season. So it was out there, and Peyton, when he was playing, wanted the investigation, denied everything. So he was actually asking the NFL to step in and investigate. Now they're doing it, but Peyton Manning's out, and the players...
isn't that convenient?
Yeah, well,
They test everything.
Listen,
Test
now
everything.
it's like he knew he was going to win Super Bowl.
Such an asshole. I hate that guy.
So then
don't
the question is, does the NFL have a drug problem?
Well,
Okay,
let me start by
so
saying this. A lot of players get caught smoking weed. So the fuck what? Like, I understand it's against the law. I don't see why the NFL feels they need to interfere with something that's a legal issue. That's my point on that.
Well, those are two different things, though, because we're talking
Yeah.
about the drug policy is one thing, and then you're talking about weed, which
is, to me,
which should be, I think it should not be a banned substance, because it's approved medically in like, what, 30 some odd states.
So what happens if you go out of the country? What
it's
happens if you
legal.
go to California where...
Okay. I get both sides of this argument. Whenever it comes to performing enhancing drugs, I do not include marijuana in that.
No.
However, right now,
totally different category.
exactly. However, as of right now, it is, which is okay, cool. Eugene Monroe, let's smoke up and talk about this shit. I'm all for that, but I don't think it says. However, if the performing enhancing drugs that are people have been accused of using, which aren't marijuana, then that's a whole separate thing.
totally go for that shit.
All right.
I mean, if that's happening, go for it.
Yeah, and I personally think that if you look at what's happening with the Olympic scandal,
I don't want the NFL to be
yeah.
like Major League Baseball,
Oh,
where
Jesus.
there's or just asterisks everywhere,
Yeah, you mean like the Patriots?
just like the Patriots.
So
With the performance-enhancing drugs, the marijuana thing, real quick, Eugene Monroe, if you're looking for an outlet to go ahead and talk about it, you can come on our show,
Yep.
and we'll give you a free ring.
we
Go ahead and-
know where all the dispensaries are.
Yeah.
We've rated them in
In California, yeah, we'll get you. We'll hook you up,
I
man.
think
Or go back to Denver. I mean, I'm sure they're having a great
You
time.
look
You
just
can walk
like
into
Dave.
Walgreens
You
and
just
get it
call
there.
stringentness of the tests have caused players like Josh Gordon, Martavius Bryant. It's costed us guys. I really think that they need to go back and actually take a look at what they consider to be a drug and what they're not considering to be a drug, especially in the way of a performance-enhancing drug. Cocaine could be considered a performance-enhancing drug.
Like Urban.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really think that the NFL needs to have a conversation along with the owners and let the media and the news and the fans get involved with it, and let's see what actually happens.
These guys just need to stick to mushrooms. That just shows up as like
Yeah,
food
that's
poisoning.
that won't show up in any tests.
No, 'cause it doesn't.
Psilocybin. No,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, it just shows up as food poisoning. Anyway, so and this has been The More You Know.
All right, other NFL news. Corey Redden retired today. He played for the Lions, Seahawks, Colts, Cards, and the Ravens.
Yes, he
ended
did.
his career with 35.5 sacks, and Buddy Ryan passed away.
Yeah.
Along with probably
Rex Ryan.
along with one of probably the greatest coaches of all
Yeah,
time.
Pat Summit. Yes.
Yes.
Pat
Oh,
Summit.
Dude.
1,098 wins,
Huge
which
fan
is
of Pat
which is more wins than any coach, male or female. 18 Final Four appearances.
Go Lady Ball.
And a confidant of Peyton Manning. When I heard when he got cut from the Colts, she was one of the people he talked to. So
Wow.
as an advisor, so definitely huge loss with her.
There's very definitive times that I really do miss Rex Ryan as our defensive coordinator. Like he was there were times when he was just so on, so mean, and I loved it.
Mark, you got any shout-outs for us?
Yeah, we got a few actually. I spoke to Red Storm regarding Eifert's situation. Let's see, we had Bruce Coleman, and then of course Green the Giant, who called out JD for.
I was so out of it last episode. God, it was the
He had to
worst.
carry him to his car, man.
Yep.
And a new
Carry him
one.
to his car.
Yeah, and a new one, New Stripe City.
Yeah.
New Stripe City.
Thank you.
So, and Austin Carr.
Awesome.
I gotta shout out one of my BFFs, Vanessa Martin. Today's her birthday. She's a huge Steeler fan. We were
Happy
together
birthday.
on
Happy
Carson
birthday.
Street in Southside when the Steelers won their last Super Bowl, and I'll never forget that day.
Nice.
Very nice.
So we do have a mailbag question as well, right, guys? So mailbag question
Von Miller.
to the Browns.
To the
What
Browns.
could it happen?
It actually could happen. They're the one team. They're the one team that have the draft picks, so they could give a first and a second, and still have a first and a second next year because they've got too many draft, and they've got the cap space. So absolutely, they're one of the teams that actually could pull it off. I don't think Denver shits the bed twice. They screwed Osweiler and screwed up that entire negotiation. I seriously can't see Elway doing the same thing twice, but you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
I actually think it goes down to the July 15th deadline. I don't think he signs the franchise tag. I think they get him a contract. I actually think they get him about $60 million guaranteed, which is what he's looking for. Yeah, and we lose out, but no big deal because we're young and we don't need that.
What's Hughes'
Imagine
sale?
that kind of
But
defensive
good
league.
God,
yeah,
it's
he
great.
was Von Miller.
What is Hughes' sale to Von Miller? I mean, how does he attract him to Cleveland?
How does Hugh
Attract.
sell-
How do you get Miller to push for the trade?
You know what? If I were
think about
him,
that.
exactly.
to
If
play with a young team?
I would say it's like,
That's up and
imagine being the leader that you truly want to be on a team that is now hungrier than any team you've ever been on.
Yeah.
That's the only. That's how, exactly
You
how
are a
it's
defensive
done.
leader pretty much day one.
Yeah, it's like you are a defensive leader. Come lead us into battle. Be the man that gets talked about
Write
how
that down?
you.
You write that
come,
down?
yeah, exactly. It's like I'm giving you gold.
There you go.
But like that's how
Gold.
I
He's
would
giving us
think.
gold, guys. He's giving us gold.
Yeah. But no, I totally think that. I mean, one, you guys have the cap space.
Yeah.
You totally have the cap space. You have the ability. Hugh Jackson, I think that he.
I think in a Ray Horton defense, freaking Von Miller would be a beast.
Yeah, I agree.
What's the numbers? Miller, 27. He's 27. 72 games started, 260 combined tackles with 60 sacks, 10 passes deflected, and 2 touchdowns. Can you imagine those numbers?
There's no question.
Like he's already slightly an orange. Just make the transition. But like, trust me, I don't want you to get it in any way, shape, or form.
Nobody on this couch would want it.
I don't know, but I think that
we have to play Denver once this year. I'd like it to. I don't want to have to play Von Miller twice.
Yeah,
so you know.
But I mean, honestly, if I were the Browns brass right now, I would be so far up Von Miller's ass.
No.
I know he had it for lunch.
I just don't see John Elway fucking that one up, like Mark's saying.
Yeah. But you do have the thing. But one of the things Denver is if you're not on board, they don't want you in the building. So if it became a situation where they wouldn't have Von Miller, and he's going to come in week 10 to get credit for the year, then you turn to a team like you, and I think you're the only one in the position with all the 1s and 2s you have to actually make a deal.
Absolutely.
Because that's what they would expect. They would want to see multiple 1s, multiple 2s, and you can give them all.
And we can give them. Yeah.
So.
Cool.
All right, sweet. That's another episode for us, guys.
All right.
Let us sign off the way we usually fucking do. With
hold on, make sure you guys
stop. He wants to plug the Twitter, the Facebook,
goddamn
Reddit. Check us out everywhere.
These amateurs.
YouTube
at AFC Northerners. For our mailbag questions, send them to afcnortherners@gmail.com with the subject line mailbag. We love your questions. Appreciate it so much. Don't forget also to make sure you check us out on Twitter at AFC Northerners, also on Facebook. Comment on YouTube. We love hearing from you. And if you're a new commenter, we guarantee that we will mention you on the show and say thank you very much. We love you guys.
Hey, if we got anybody out there that's interested in doing an AFC Northerners fantasy football league, let us know through the Gmail.
Yeah.
I think 4 of us would be down.
I would love to do that.
So, yeah, give us a shout and let us know if there's some interest there.
Or put money on it.
AFCnortherners@gmail.com. Subject line fantasy. I'm down for that. Awesome.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool. Let's sign off, gentlemen.
Yep.
Fuck the Patriots. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.